you said something that I can't get away from that I actually said to a client last week.
Yeah.
And it's this idea that your booth design, and I wonder if this expands to events, but the design of the experience needs to have a goal of getting the attendee to ask a question.
Yeah.
And the answer to that question is your point of view of your company. Can you expand on that a little? Because I thought that was the smartest thing you've told me in a while.
Okay, so I think it's a difficult thing to do, but you're kind of reverse engineering, right? Like if you had somebody that would be an ideal customer of yours and they were coming up to a trade show, an experience, brand activation, a space, whatever you want to call it, in theory, if you could get someone to say, hey, why is your booth themed like this? What is that piece? Maybe it's an element that's hanging. Maybe it's a game. Maybe it's something that intrigues, that barters a question, that brings them to ask a question, that you can then go into, well, we did this because of this, and that this is the problem that you solve, the value proposition, the hill that you're willing to die, right?
Yeah.
The one as a company that you want that person to leave saying that's what they are all about, right? Like that's what that company is all about. And you want to be known for that specific thing. That to me is marketing.
Yeah.
That's real marketing. So you can have your messaging, and messaging's great, and branding on your walls and all that cool stuff, but it should bleed from the idea of a concept of a design all the way to your messaging, to the theme, the colors, the engagements inside, the pamphlets, QR codes, the dinner you're going to do, all of it.
Yep.
Can you have one message resonate through? For me, like, I just think that that's kind of utopia a little bit for an exhibitor.
Yeah. And the genius that I find in that, right, is marketing over the last, I'm not a historian of marketing, but it's very clear to me that marketing and your company has gone from like being the hero of the story to making your client the hero of the story, and yours to serve as a guide.
Yeah.
So if you can implement this approach of, hey, the point here is not for me to tell you what's up. It's for you to ask a question that allows me to like point you a certain direction, that allows you to understand it yourself, then you're really accomplishing it. And what you're saying is that's the goal of each event. And at each event, based on the person that's going to be there, you want to tailor that experience, tailor the design a little bit to like tweak it to get that person to ask that question so that you have the right answer.
I think there's two pieces with your customer. One is empathy, right? In marketing, can you empathize with their struggle, their situation, the problems that they're trying to solve, right? If you can't do that, I mean, odds are they probably don't like you. You know what I mean? You know, people work with who they want to, you know, like you have to empathize where you say like, hey, I understand that this is what you're struggling with. And they're like, yes, I am, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other piece is what you're saying about being a guide. They are the hero, not you. And this is the whole Donald Miller story brand concept in marketing is, can you be their guide? How do you shepherd them from problem to this is the result that you're looking for? Here's essentially how we help you, how I help you get there so you can solve this problem for yourself. So yes, I think that should be somewhere in line in messaging, theme, and all those things, you know, so you can connect the dots for your customer.
I love it, man. I love it. All right.